That is going to be our first entry into the Olympics, baby. It is officially the second week of Sebastian Ghiorghiu's Shopify Olympics, where we're trying to get as many stores as possible above $500 in revenue before the deadline, December 14th. That way we can potentially win $5,000 or even the grand prize of $25,000. And we only have a little more than 33 days left of this competition, so let's not waste any more time. Now, where are we exactly at in this challenge? Let's take a look. Last week, we found our first 3 products, built a store for each one, and ran all of our ad creatives on TikTok, which overall ended up getting us $175 in sales with one of our stores. At the end of that week, we decided that without a doubt, our first product was no good and needed to go. However, since we got a couple of sales for our second one, I decided to roll it into this week to try some new things out for it along with our third product, even though we didn't get any sales with it. And I ended that video stating that I was ready to mix some things up, and boy, am I ready to do so. Now, my plan for our products this week is pretty simple. For our bulky blankets, you cannot tell me this product would not be absolutely perfect to advertise on Pinterest, right? Because if we were able to get a couple sales from TikTok, then imagine what Pinterest can do for us. So we're gonna set up some Pinterest ads for our blankets. For our elevator shoes, even though we only got a few nibbles with no sales, I truly believe they are a great product, so I wanna give them a second chance. What I'm gonna do is throw in another ad creative to see what we come up with and test out, wait for it, Snapchat advertising. I know both of these platforms are rarely ever talked about when it comes to drop shipping, so I can't help but feel like there's some underground system to it, and I want to try it out. Only problem is I have never used either platform, so this should be pretty interesting. And finally, since I voted off one of our products, I'm gonna have to head back onto Ad Syria, where I found both of my other products and look for a replacement. That's the game plan. Now let's make some money. The first thing I did was look for my third product replacement. After scrolling for a few minutes, I stumbled across a golden nugget and quite arguably the best product for this challenge. Let me introduce you all to the first product I have ever dropshipped before, the slingshot rod. This product made me more than $1,800 in revenue just by its first couple of days of advertising on my Instagram theme pages. But you're probably thinking,
well, those are all gone now, so what's your plan?
And forgive me for keeping this under wraps, but I recently purchased a few more theme pages.
You what?
I know, I'm sorry for not telling you all, but the good news is I have them now, so let's build a store and test these slingshots out. I whipped our new store out like it was nothing and got it all registered in seriously like an hour. I mean, just look at this beast. Anyways, I went ahead and ordered some ad creatives for my slingshot from viral ecom ads, which will take a day or 2 to be delivered. While I waited for that, my next step was getting these Pinterest ads running. And because I had no idea on how to set them up, I simply searched it up on Google, and sure enough, there it was. And after precisely 27 minutes, I think, and keyword here, I got the ads figured out. I don't know, they say they're active, so I'm just gonna have to trust the process. Lastly, for our elevator shoes, I gave the new ad creative $50 to test with on TikTok. But also, I deposited $100 into Snapchat ads to test out the platform that shall not be named. And I'm not lying here, this platform was absolute cake to run ads with. Seriously, I got these ads up and running within like 5 minutes. But everything is now set up, and let me just say this. We have got to get at least one of our stores off the ground by the end of this week, because last week is simply not going to cut it. Fingers crossed, everybody. Day 2 of week 2 came. I woke up, I chugged some water, brushed these pearly yellows, and opened my phone to 0 sales. The Snapchat ads were hitting some absolutely insane numbers, like a 7.5% CTR. For our blankets, I'm gonna keep tinkering with Pinterest because by the looks of it, our ads had not spent anything. And for our slingshots, I was just waiting for the ad creative still. And by the end of that day, here was our update. Listen, today was kind of a bust. I mean, we got no sales, but on the brighter side, I do believe I figured out the whole Pinterest ads deal. I also made a couple of edits to our shoe site, and I received the ad creatives for our slingshot, so it's time for a grand opening. Tomorrow's looking better, so I'm a lot more excited. It's day 3. The rest of the Snapchat ads are gonna spin today. The slingshot ads have just been released onto the theme pages, and for Pinterest, well, It had been 1 hour since I posted the ads on Instagram, and I was hurting. Sure, I'm getting people into my store, but no one is purchasing. Am I just terrible at making stores? Seriously, I don't know. Someone call me out because this just is not working. When all of a sudden, our journey started to switch routes. Hey, we got our first sale. Our first slingshot order had come in, and boy, did it feel good. And wow, did things really start to heat up. Order after order came in, just popping up on my phone, and I felt like a kid in a candy store. But instead of candy, it was Shopify sales, you know? Oh my gosh, we just keep getting sales. Not only that, but around that afternoon, we got our first sale of elevator shoes too. Elevator shoes just had their first sale. Anything is possible at this point. Things were really beginning to turn around. Some time had passed and it was around 9 p.m. at this point. It had been a while since I received an order for anything, so at this point, I thought the hype was over. When out of nowhere, we got an order for 7 slingshots on our store, which added $700 of revenue. I was absolutely flabbergasted. No way. Who even needs 7 slingshots? And just like that, we had our first entry into the Olympics and we were on our way to that $25,000. Not to mention, that night I got another order for some shoes, making our revenue shoot up to $160. But even more excitingly, the slingshot sales did not stop even after our huge sale. No question about it, I'm going to continue pumping out some slingshot ads. For our blankets, I'm gonna put it on reserve going into this next week because we had such a huge spending problem, so we really didn't give it a chance this week. And I'm sorry, shoes, but even after all of our ad spending, you guys just didn't do it for me, so you're out. But overall, our slingshots gave us 1 entry into the Olympics with our $1,600 in sales. Click here to watch week 3's video now.